Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are set, as you can see, with the one Benjamin Zulu on this beautiful show, the Benjamin Zulu. That you will never know the beauty and the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Some people that you know actually are regretting about the choices they made because they never valued the moments in their lives, respecting the seasons. And that is the essence of this show. We are equipping you so that you can make rational decisions, especially when it comes to life in general and matters marriage. And talking about marriage, today again, dear ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about some of the circumstances under which you must never marry. Are you ready for that? Benjamin is boiling. Hey, Ben.
I tell you, and one of the things we are saying, when you see these circumstances, don't think of marriage.
Yes.
Again, marriage itself is a recruitment for a job.
Yeah.
You wouldn't sign up for a job when you are so sick, you're fighting for your life.
Mm-hmm. True.
True. Even if you had an existing job, you'd have to take a leave to fight for your health first. This is job about health. Let's come to marriage. We are saying, if you see the following circumstances, you are far from marriage. Mm-hmm. And you are tempted to be a disaster. One is, you don't marry to run away from parental abuse or parental neglect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You do not run because you're being troubled here at home. They don't see any man. That boyfriend of mine, let me run with that. Or you are a guy, you're saying, oh, I'm so neglected, let me start my own family, let me marry. Never marry in response to the love you're not getting from him.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because marriage itself has its own demands. And the person you're marrying, you needed to know who they are, the effect they're bringing to your life. But because you are distracted by what you're running away from, you are likely to just get anybody to fill that void and end up with a worse hell.
Yeah.
Careful where you go when you run, because you can end up in a worse prison than what you're fleeing from. In your haste to get away, you go getting into just anything.
Mm.
I told you the other day that drowning people can't choose their rescuers.
Yes. True.
They just grab anyone. Mm. When you are drowning, what you need is rescue, not marriage.
Mm-hmm.
When you are troubled by your family, get a friend to help you walk out of the situation, organize your life, get out of it. The best comfort we have, the advantage we have in Africa is churches. Many of us can access a church that can help you. You have a place to go and pray. You have a place to fellowship, to share with, the testimony time, for people to believe with you. And you can walk out of it. Many of us are being assisted a lot by church. You better run to church than run into marriage.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
Many of us don't know therapists, don't know counselors. We are trying to introduce these people, these professionals to people.
Yeah.
Over there in the West, it's normal. I told you one reason they are ahead of us, that they value learning. They go for learning the right places. They invest in it. The other day I was asking a friend, at what point shall we ever be at par with America if they have mighty teachers like Joyce Meyer?
Mm-hmm.
A woman who only occurs once in a century.
Yes.
The scale of that woman, if you study the scale she's at, it has not been done by any other lady.
Yes.
But because I told you, when you're so close to a tall tree, when you're under it, you don't see it.
Yes. You don't appreciate.
Only those who are away from this generation can see, what? That was a giant in the century.
Yes.
But you guys are saying, yeah, Joyce. Yeah, I know Joyce. Joel Osteen. Brother. A giant in the century. You listen to the teaching and how life-giving it is. Of course, in the age of internet, we can also learn from them. But it's very different. When you're close to the person, you can visit physically. You're in the presence of the energy. TD Jakes. Of course, Africa, we also have our teachers, but they don't climb that high.
Mm-hmm.
Because of shenanigans. We prefer drama. Bruh. We are equally talented. We are equally gifted. We can get to that level, but we are never serious.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the journeys those guys journey, When you listen to the story of Joyce Meyer, to how Joel Osteen got here, when you listen to TDJ got here, they are mighty, big teachers. They are not first world by accident. And we are not that world by accident. No, I know you thought it will only apply to them. Let me bring it closer home. Stop blaming circumstances. Our situation, your financial situation is always a result of your choices.
Yes.
Except when you're a child, you're merely born there. But as time passes, you have time and opportunities to get out, to work your way out. There's a guy who calls himself Derek Moneybag. America has such big teachers, bro. Me, I repeat again. At what point? We will never get that far until you also we value learning that much.
Yes.
Okay? We're introducing counselors, teachers to our society in Africa. My passion for our black community. We share history with guys elsewhere, even those who are not Africa. Yeah. The black people have a lot of commonalities. The slavery history, the war. But we cannot stay there. We must wake up. We must wake up. Brahma, I told you, economic development starts individually. People keep drawing. Government has the responsibility to govern well, to monitor, to invest right and develop facility. And one of my hopes is to be able to talk to presidents directly. I want to be able to sit with presidents like this. Yeah. And I tell them, I have a mammoth of youth behind me. I speak on behalf of those who have been among. I have many followers and I know their needs. And I'll simply ask the president, give us an enabling environment. Stop putting us under debt. We don't need loans. Yeah. Let's use what we have. Let's do like Rwanda and Paul Kagame. Yes. Let's use what we have. Let's clean the environment. Get out, lead us. On one of the Saturdays, every Saturday, God cleaning. Let's work. Remove these heavy taxes. Curb corruption. You can do it. I want to one day be able to talk to president like this and encourage them to give us a better environment. I want to be able to talk to governors, people who have small domains of leadership. And I tell them to give scholarships, to give farmers seed, to give enabling environment, to lower the taxes on the major commodities, and tell them, let us trade, make it easy to do industry. I am waiting for that time. But before we go to governance, you personally must be successful.
Yes.
Brother, don't sit here blaming government the whole day. They have their part, you have your part.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes. And
I told you it's a loop. When you are giving taxes substantially, you can monitor how it is being made. You feel a need to go and vote. Okay? Yeah. You feel a need to voice your concern. The voice of the masses, the civilian society, it is that's what shapes the guys up there. They know we can't tolerate this. So one thing I wanted to start with, about 5 years, 10 years, and I get a group of serious people enlightened. Now we can speak and say, as we don't the elective position, those who are called to elective position, I keep encouraging them. Bramwell, if you feel a need that you are called to be a leader, MP or representative or senator, go. Don't say politics is dirty game. Perhaps you are the right.
Yeah.
Perhaps you're the one called to start a new direction.
Yes.
Can you tell our young people to stop fearing leadership? Please go. We need you. If you leave it, the greedy people will continue destroying us. If you have a calling, Bramwell, we have called people. People are called to lead politically, but they are afraid. They're being told politics is a dirty game. Life itself is a dirty game. You can be corrupt in church.
Yes.
Politics is corrupt. Wherever there is human being, all those vices will show up. You are the one to bring the difference. Nelson Mandela led only one term, man. One term, man. And he changed the direction of the country for good. I'm looking for that MP, that senator who will lead one term. And from there, that person is the standard. The standard. There's no stealing. They believe in honesty. I've told about presidents of countries like Singapore. You go to countries, guys who ride a bike to work.
Yes.
They don't have enmity with anyone. They're just one of us. So much one of us that they can just pop in and greet you. You don't see them as a thief of your things. All right? Some will give up portions of their salary. Others give. I already have a family. I have 3 children. This is portions of their salary. Others give this. You don't of course have to sacrifice yourself, but I want us to reach a point where politicians are simply workers. And us to reach a point where all of us we are hands-on. But let's start by saying this: the personal success will start with you. If your family is conflicting, if you're shaky, if you need assistance, don't rush to marriage. Think of your personal success first. Think of a time when you need to stand on your 2 feet. All right? Yeah. The first circumstance under which you must never get married is to flee parental abuse or parental neglect. People come to me 20 years when the marriages are hell. They told me, I had been crying 3 days before I rushed to me to go and get married. I was looking for refuge. Marriage is not refuge. When you run to a friend, to a girl like you, to a boy like you, run to a friend to organize your life. You are not ready for marriage if you're fleeing. All right? The second circumstance under which you must never get married, if you need to be loved to feel okay.
Yes.
There are people who feel so empty, alone, disturbed, anxious. They need validation. What you need is therapy. Not marriage. Okay? Yes. What you need is counseling. Don't marry when you feel so empty, unsure, confused, lost. And I told you to be afraid of a person who tells you are the only person who understands them in the world.
Yes.
If Tom has a problem with everyone,
Tom is the problem.
Very good. Nobody understands me. This one there. And in fact, when a person tells you are the reason they leave, be suspicious. That is not love, that is dependency.
Yes.
Okay? And they are promoting you to idol status. Now, when people make you a competitor with God, do you want to be a competitor with God?
No.
Okay? Don't let a person tell you you are my world. Yeah? Where? Before I came, where were you living? Where? Brother, some things are not romantic, they are threatening. My world. Wait. Make sure the lady you're dealing with has a life. Okay?
Yeah.
You need a lady who can buy herself something and make herself happy.
Yes.
I'm giving you simple signs, and they will save you.
Yeah, thank you.
You need to call her and find out how happy she was. I was just chatting with a friend here. Yeah? She has a life.
Yes.
I was watching my favorite comedy. This guy scratched me today. That's important. Wait. I was in TRM. I was just viewing the new out. You need a girl who can take herself out and with her friend and they see what are the new things out here. Oh, I was taking my evening walk. I was walking my dog. You need a girl who has a life. Not crying. I was so bored. I was waiting for your call. Nothing is working in my life. Recommend therapy quickly. Don't undertake my work. Don't become my competitor. Yes. Visit Zulu. And some of these people, they don't realize it. They think love is medicine. Love itself is demanding. Honey is sweet, but you must earn it. Put the beehive, tend the honey, or pay the money. You'll eat the honey after you've earned it. Yes. Love is like that. Romantic love requires you to be on a certain level, certain minimum standard. The third case under which you must never get married is before you carve a path for your career. Brother, can we one day do a I don't know whether a show for university students, because I keep getting irritated.
You will do it.
I'm running out of patience.
Yes.
For students asking me about love. Let me remind you that poverty and foolishness are twins.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
The Savant says that the foolish will perish like they are dumb. I know there's some verses which are not memory verses. You never recited them in nursery in Sunday, so you don't remember them. It's my responsibility to bring the uncomfortable to the light. You recited verses about the birth of Jesus. But there's some verses you will never. Wicked, the foolish. Now when I say wicked, you may think we mean a bad person. When the master gave the servants 3 levels, talents meant a measure of gold. So one he gave them a kilogram of gold. Let's say talent is a kilogram of gold. The other one he gave 2 kilograms. The other one he gave 5. The one who was given 5, it says there he went immediately. And immediately he was not procrastinating, not hesitant. He knew how to jump at opportunities. He knew how to be ready, alert, and quickly he multiplied and got 5 more. The one who was given 2 quickly went and worked. The one who was given 1 suspected the giver. I said you're a very wicked person. You like reaping where you did not sow. Isn't that what people are saying about God?
Exactly.
They're suspecting, imputing motives on him. You like imposing yourself on people. Here is your talent. What did he call him? You lazy and wicked servant. You knew I'm like that. Why did you give my money to bankers? I would have simply come and found my interest. There are people who have been given a talent, money, ability, gold, but they are busy arguing about God. Bickering. Why is that God? We evolved from monkeys. Hey, Big Bang. Big Bang is simply to say, there was nothing and suddenly there was everything. That is a summary of Big Bang, brother. Don't give me the big names. They say, bang, everything came out. One day there was nothing. Then that nothing collided. Yeah? Please try to wrap your mind around that. The evolution, the Big Bang. That's what they're telling you, brother. One day there was nothing. Then the nothing collided with each other to produce something. And then, because of the bang, suddenly the earth came out.
Yes.
Shaped so well, rotating on its own axis and revolving around the sun and tilted at the right angle, and the water was separated from, and to make sure, this polar and the from a bang, bang. You better believe that. You better believe that. Because that's, don't tell me it's impossible. That's what you're preaching. When you hear evolution, you think it's a modern, acceptable concept. And they tell you what? It was one cell that evolved. And I asked you to take one cell. Just take a piece of meat. Drop it. Let's see whether it will evolve. And if it evolved one cell, where did male and female come from? Today they don't interchange. They're still unique. Yes. And it was one cell. Oh, a branch, a regularly branching tree. Trees themselves have so complex systems that could not have come up on their own. Who told trees to breathe what we breathe out, and for us to breathe in what we breathe? No, Big Bang. Big Bang. Let me tell you another thing about Big Bang. There's a layer above the earth to sieve away harmful rays from the sun so that they don't reach our skin from the Big Bang. Yeah, you better believe that. There's some people who live by that. And all of this is not present in the next planet because there are no people there. Who designed it? All right? If you have not decided where you're going with your life, if you have not ticked boxes, you have not determined the direction, and you get married, you risk two things. Forget the direction altogether. To keep the marriage, because you closed your eyes and said, piggy, poggy, piggy, pow. If you marry, you date in campus. You date before you know your life. If you commit to the person, start having sex, get pregnant before you clarify your path. That's where we are that world. Mass wastage of personal potential. Yeah. High reproduction level of children, of human beings, of each other, and low reproduction level of value. We are engaging our private parts more than we are engaging our brains, unfortunately.
Yes.
And that's what we brag about. Yeah, I already have a family. I have 3 children. This is the 4th one. And the one who is counting children cannot count money. Can't even give the children quality life. Yeah. Brother, even when you get married, there's no rush. Plan before you get your kid.
Yes.
To give them quality parenting. One thing I recommended is, once your wife gets a kid, allow her to be closer to that kid for 3 years. You take the burden. Feed your family. Let her do what she can do by the side. But when the kid is very young, the more they grow, going to school, until a place where the kid has been sheltered and being given quality attention. You also is there. Those moments were at home, you're making sure you are, but that is her destiny at that point. That's why I always recommend the form of childbearing called cluster parenting. Yeah. You get the kids, if you want 3 or 4 or 2, get them in close succession so that you parent them as a group. As much as your biology can allow, of course. Sometimes other things intervene, but it's easier for them to grow as a group and they release you than 1 year, 5 years, another one you go back. It's easier when clustering. Yes. You use the same things. The portivo, that one.
True. That's how some of us were brought up.
You know, the double-decker bed, the younger one, the older one can climb. The younger one, no, you are grown. That's another. You go up promoted. Yes. They will live and assist each other. What you taught them, they teach this.
Yes.
The one who has learned, now it's bedtime, let's go to bedtime. They carry each other to bed. Okay? Then one is already 10, then now being taught to bed. All right? Yeah. Is to say, carve a career path for yourself before you get to marriage. All right? Don't get into marriage. Don't get into marriage when you cannot, when you have not learned where you want to go with your life, what you want with your life, and what you don't want. One thing to know about your life is the direction you don't want.
Yes.
There are girls who swear they would marry, they will not marry a lawyer, not marry a preacher, not marry an engineer. I don't like teachers. I don't like this. It's okay, you don't know what you want. Now clarify now what is better. Not this, rather this. All right? Yeah. And I told you to be very careful. Some people will hold you back, not because of bad malice, but because of their level of life. If you marry before you decide where you're going, you realize you've married a person who's contented with the latrine level. Yeah. And you wanted a story. So they don't worry about foundation. They worry about wind. You are thinking about Burj Khalifa. Yes. You're being inspired by Dubai. Them, they're already asleep. They already achieved. You take life easy. You are too restless. Now that's your spouse, my friend. You see them walking on the road. One is behind, another one is ahead. Yes. There's no unity because they don't think alike. I want you to be very careful. I want you to be very careful. The other thing, you should not get married circumstances because you got pregnant. Yeah. We have talked about this before, but we must also mention that if you get married when you had not thought of this person as a partner, you're making a jump blind into the dark. The last reason you must not get married is because you have dated this person for too long. Sometimes, no, we are going to waste all those 8 years. The years that are in front of you are more important. The years that are in front of you, like 40, like 30. You want to get married for 50 years. Even if you've dated this person for 10 years, it was foolishness already. Yeah. Those people start the stories, when I was in Form 3, I don't read that madness. Again, Brahma, there's some things you can't teach people. Are we together? Yeah. Don't even attempt it. A person does not have an instinct for better life. And you hear how they have ruined their lives by one nauseating decision after another. One girl, you know, when I was in Form 3, I was going behind my parents and having this and boy. I feel insulted. Who do you think I am to tell me such man? Let me repeat. My message is only beneficial to those who have some instinct for a better life.
That is true. Yes.
No, Brahma. Even it gives me headache to listen. One thing, bad decision after another. One, we are behind as a group because of that kind of foolishness. That kind of foolishness. I don't know. Is it movies people have consumed a lot? Is it novels? Where do they get these ideas from? Brahma, I was so afraid of not having money and living at the mercies of small salary, at the mercies of begging. You know, at some point in your life, you'll be accommodated by your relatives. Yes. So I've lived with my brothers, lived with uncles, lived with sisters. And now see, I don't want this life. You have no say. Even the TV channel, you have to ask for permission to change the... Brother, issues can arise because you
changed the channel.
There's a program you wanted, but you keep praying that people disappear.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know how many times I sat up late? I'm in bed, but I'm not asleep. Plotting, planning, dreaming, desiring. The day I started getting chances to work, I worked in madness. Nobody has ever understood me of those people we are in school with. Class is at 11 and at 6 I'm in class. Couldn't even tell anybody I'm around. I would start doing my things there, studying. Man. When I got a small, to this day I work as if this is my life. I've been longing for this. Yes. Intensity. Bruce Lee and intensity. Yes. Give what you're doing hunger. Brother, give yourself, there are two combinations to succeed in life. To succeed in life, you need to attain flow. You need to attain what?
Flow.
Flow is that level where you are in the thing and the thing is in you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
You are in it and it's in you.
It's in you.
I want you to think of like submarines or those things that operate in the ocean. They need to be completely in the ocean, and they need to be in the ocean. The ocean is in them. Then the ocean is in them in terms that it's surrounding you all over. All right? And you understand its rules and waves. When you are, we call it the other time, baptized. You know you've attained flow when you attain two balances. One, discipline. Discipline means consistency, relentless. You're committed, tied to that thing. You stay there. Number two, surrender. Now, you show up to that thing every day and you surrender to it to carry you. That way, when you get, I want you to allow yourself to be lost in that thing. That's what we call surrender. You will both lose yourself in the craft and find yourself in it. Philosophy 101?
111.
You will both lose yourself in it and also find your identity in it. To lose yourself means you forget everything else. Because this is all you think about. This is all you dream about. Ideas you collect. It gives your life flavor. Does not mean you're not balanced elsewhere. This is career life. You also have family life. You have spiritual life. But you're talking about the career life. Your purpose in life. We are saying surrender to it. They say find what you love and let it kill you. I mean, do it until you die. Okay. Only now do I allow love to kill you.
Okay.
Okay. Find what you love. Not Romeo and Juliet. No. Find what you love, not who you love. Let it kill you. Do it with your everything. It gives you meaning. Bruce Lee used to say, mixed martial arts is about self-expression, honest self-expression. Journalism, law, medicine, engineering. It's not about the tools, the name. It's authentic self-expression. And I want you to pour yourself in it until your essence is displayed. Today when you look at the drawings of Michelangelo, although you never saw him, Leonardo da Vinci, you feel his essence. And you're mesmerized. Because of how? Because of a quality in it you can't capture in words. When you listen to good music, what do you feel? Touches you deep within. Raw emotion. The music gives you what was given to it.
You are right. I can connect with that.
I want you to give your journalism, your shows, your accounting, your auditing. You may think auditing is all about figures, but there's a way you can do it with precision and accuracy and passion until it has a soul. Oh my God, this is on another level. You see a work even without knowing the one who has done it. You see the well-designed. You see the... Every now and then you meet people, tailors or barbers. Somebody does it with a touch of personal, authenticity and keen to detail, and you feel a difference. This person, other people are technicians. They know how to do the thing. This one is a magician. They put the magic in it. Never be a technician. Technicians are replaceable. You're just doing the work by the rules. Put your personal magic in it. People will say, there's something, Brahma. There's something. Once you reach that level, paradoxically, now you are free to order the rules. You can relax and attend to work when you want.
Yes.
By your convenience. You don't sign in by 8:01 a.m. and explain why you are late by 1 minute. And sign out only 4:59 and 30 seconds.
Yes.
Does not mean discipline is bad or is anything. Just to say, even the time stops being the one they're measuring you with. I told you not to reach midlife like 50s, 40s, when you are still living hand to mouth, when you are reporting to funny bosses, when you're being ordered around. I need to concentrate on your craft like the masters of their craft. We have seen people like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. They call the shots. They reach a level where they're so magical in their thing. Give it a soul, give it a presence, until to a level that people know you're not replaceable.
Yeah.
What does it require? Discipline and surrender. You get flow. You pedal the bicycle, pedal it until it becomes now. Both the pedaling and the speed are together now.
Yes.
That has become your normal, and you can't exist any other way.
Wow. I like the passion, Benjamin. I like the passion. Now, just to pick up right from where you've left it, Benjamin, about the flow, you'll realize that, again, some people are not sensitive to obey their seasons. We are going to be enmeshed in what we do, the kind of work that we are doing, so that we can actually, it can become part of us and we become part of it. But again, you realize that we forget that we have another life to live. So they forget to balance. And what happens? We realize when it is too late, oh, I need to marry. Now you start hoping, carelessly, looking around on what to clutch on. And that is how some people have married wrongly.
Because they're married like with a desperation, they are
Yes.
late. Let's remind us that what makes people miss out on their seasons is when they get carried away, they lose the sense of what time it is. Apart from the time you also have your biological seasons.
Yes,
There's a time and a season for every matter under the sun.
exactly.
Remind yourself what season it is. Remind yourself what time it is. And let's again remind ladies, those who keep saying I'm 30 years single with 3 children. Seasons.
Yeah.
Seasons. How did you end up with 3? So young. Such people usually have no money at all. Because they are not busy building. You can clearly see what they were busy doing. There's this belief among women that if they get a moneyed man, they will make it now. So they let guys who have money make them pregnant, pregnant again. There's no shortcut. Let's remind people that you can lose track of your time. If you are isolated from friends, you know when you have friends and they are transition seasons, you can see. They can remind you. So what's your plan in your life, man? So you're not prepared financially. How many years do you need for that? We also want to take kids to school with you. You know, friends know what you want for life.
Yes.
The world may not pressure you, and it's not about pressure really, but it's friends who know what you want for life. They will know, yeah, we know you need to get ready, but we also want to assist in case you are stuck.
I like that. Benjamin, you realize that we have other wrong reasons that makes people marry wrong. Some people marry because of sex. Now that Benjamin has told us to abstain for as long as we are single, now I want to get married.
So that I can break the dry spell. Some people feel, and one lady told me, oh, I had been on a dry spell. I don't know how. You see, your sexual urges are your responsibility. Now, Brahman, there are people who live celibate lives fully. So don't say you can't live without, as if you are from another species.
Yes.
Also check what you are eating. You know, some people pump the wrong kind of things in their systems. You ignite fire, and when it starts burning, you start acting surprised. We have a lot of diffusion techniques single people have mastered, like gym, you know. The kind of foods they cleverly avoid.
Yes.
Just careful. When that is the food being served, suddenly now you are full. Full. That is the essence of discipline, Brahma.
Yeah.
Discipline is connecting what will likely lead to what, and avoid it. Sometimes you realize you are struggling a lot that week. You just check what you've been eating. You realize there's an entry of a new, you know.
Yes.
You visited a relative who has a huge supply of meat. Took a lot of proteins, took a lot of the energy, took a lot of... what I do? Let me reduce the kick the ball a little bit, kick, run, jump. You learn. You learn yourself. So don't be overwhelmed by sex until you marry. And yet, that was a short-term thing. And this is a long-term commitment.
That is it, a long-term commitment. Remember, guys, marriage is not a journey that will go and come back. It is a long lifetime commitment. Choose wisely. And that is exactly why Benjamin has been taking you through some of the circumstances that you should never marry wrong. You've listened to it. Keep them in your heart and act on them. Thank you for watching Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.